Hey guys, what's up? It's Big Bro Lamar Ludi coming to you again, continuing the Deck Building 101 series. I want to go ahead and take you guys through just the thought process of putting together a deck. This is some things that I try to follow whenever I sit down to put a deck together, and following these types of tips might help you in the future when you sit down to go ahead and build your decks. So let's go ahead and pick some cards that have some good synergy with each other. Let's go ahead and pick some cards that will work well together to help you pull off, hopefully you're going to pull off the win whenever you sit down to face your opponent. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the leader. So today, we know that there's leaders from every color group. We've got red, blue, green, yellow, and black. Today, we're going to take a look at a yellow leader. We're going to go ahead and pick this Dende Wish leader. And we're going to go ahead and start building the deck with Mr. Dende. He's a yellow leader, and let's go ahead and let's take a look at him and what he does. So we're going to check out Dende. He's a yellow wish leader, and what that means is that on his unawakened side, he's unable to attack. He's got a permanent skill that he can't attack. You can activate main. You're going to burst 2, and that means placing the top 2 cards of your deck into the drop area. If you need a reminder on skills, why don't you go ahead and I'll have a card pop up, and you can go check out our skills video on Dragon Ball Super Card Game card skills. You're going to switch this card to rest mode, and you're going to choose up to 2 Dragon Ball cards from your deck or life, and you're going to add them to your hand, and then you'll shuffle any areas you look through. So that's what he does on his unawakened side. Now, to awaken, normally leaders have a life requirement that they have to get through, or there's some surge leaders. For this specific leader, he's a wish leader. What that means is when there are 7 Dragon Ball cards in your drop area, you're going to choose up to 1 Namekian card in your drop area, and you're going to add it to your hand, and then you're going to flip this card over. And when you flip him over, he's going to awaken, becoming Piccolo brimming with confidence. So when he's Piccolo brimming with confidence, on his leader abilities, they're going to change. Let's go ahead and find that Dende again. Now he's going to have attack power of 15,000. And on this side, he's able to attack. So let's see. He's going to activate main once per turn. You're going to choose 1 ability once per turn, where you can draw 1 card. You can choose a yellow desire card in your drop area. Or you can choose 1 yellow desire card in your hand with an energy cost less than or equal to your current energy, and you can activate its activate main skill. Or you can remove 7 Dragon Ball cards in your drop area from the game. If you do, you can choose all of your yellow Namekian leader cards and yellow Namekian battle cards. They're going to gain 10,000 power for the duration of the turn. And then you have to power down your leader, and he turns back into Dende. You'll flip the card back over to its unawakened side. So let's go ahead and let's start putting some cards together into the deck that will help us build hopefully a good little deck. Now this is going to be a fun deck. It's going to be something that we can play with our friends. It's not going to be something that you're going to take and win any huge tournaments or anything. But let's go ahead and see what we can do. So we're going to pick up Assimilate right off the bat. This is a 0 cost yellow card, and what Assimilate does is, so let's see what Assimilate does. Is it's going to allow you to choose up to 1 green or yellow Namekian with an energy cost of 2 or less from your deck and add it to your hand. So by choosing this card, by including 4 copies of this card in your deck, you're going to be able to filter right through your deck and get exactly to which cards you need, whether they be yellow or whether they be green. For simplicity's sake, we're going to go ahead and keep this deck yellow, so we're only going to be looking at yellow cards just to make things easy for this Deck Building 101 video. However, we do know that we need 7 of a Dragon Ball card, or we do know that we're going to need some Dragon Ball cards, I should say, because we have a Wish leader. So we're going to go over here to the Dragon Balls, and we'll get 7 of Purunga's Dragon Ball. We'll go ahead and run Purunga just because he's from Namek. You can include as many copies of cards with Dragon Ball in your deck as you like, as long as the total number doesn't exceed 7. The activate main, if your leader card is a Shenron card, you're going to draw 1 card. And these Namekian Shenron leaders, these Namekian Wish leaders, this is considered Shenron. So we're going to add 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we know that we need those in order for our leader to awaken. So we can head back over to the yellows. We chose our Assimilate. That's going to help us filter through the deck. And we're going to scroll down here looking for other yellow Namekian cards that we can include in the deck. And that's one way to kind of make things simple for yourself. You know that your leader is yellow, so go ahead and just looking through yellow cards, see which ones that you can find that might be able to fit your strategy. So let's check this out. Nail, Pride of Namek. He's a 1-drop yellow Namekian. Auto burst 2 at the end of a battle in which you combo with this card from your hand. If your leader card is a Namekian card, you play this card in rest mode. Activate main. Choose one other Namekian card in your battle area. Place this card under the chosen battle card, and that card gains 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. Okay, so this sounds like something that we'd be able to use. So we're going to go ahead and include our 4 copies into the deck. Scrolling back through the yellows, let's see if we can come up with some other yellow Namekian cards that will fit in with our strategy. Here we've got Wishmaker Dende. He has an auto. When you play this card, choose up to 1 Dragon Ball card from your deck and add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. Well, there we go. We see that he's going to be getting a Dragon Ball card. Activate main, choose one other Namekian card in your battle area, place this card under the chosen battle card, and that card gets 5,000 power for the duration of the turn, plus 5,000. Alright, that sounds good. He's got some synergy with the Dragon Balls. He can go underneath another Namekian, which we saw that Nail from a couple scrolls above. He was doing the same thing. So based off that type of information, we can kind of see, okay, so it looks like this deck's going to revolve around cards being placed underneath other battle cards. That's some sort of strategy that you can start to build on and look for other cards that might fit in with that. Here we see Namekian Solidarity Piccolo. Auto. When you play this card, draw 1 card, then choose up to 1 Namekian card in your battle area and up to 3 Namekian cards in your drop area. Place the chosen cards from your drop area under the chosen card in your battle area. Okay, that sounds good. Let's go ahead and include 4 copies of this. And we'll continue going through. Let's see what's this do. Let's go ahead and open this in a new tab. Piccolo Potential Unleashed. Union Absorb. Okay, so once again, if you need to check out some skills, you can click the card that's up above. It'll take you there. For 2 yellow energy and 1 other energy, we're going to choose 1 nail card from your hand or your drop area, and you're going to place it under this card. We know that we already included some nail cards earlier. If your leader card is a Shenron card, which ours is, and your opponent has 3 or more cards in rest mode, you'll choose up to 1 yellow Namekian card with an energy cost of 4 from your deck or your drop area, and you'll play it on top of this card in active mode, then shuffle your deck if you looked through it. Alright, hey, that sounds like something that we can use. We're going to go ahead and splash in 4 of these, and we'll continue on down through the yellow cards, looking for some more Namekians or Namekian support. Now we know we need a super combo. Like I said in a previous video of Deck Building 101, you know you're going to need a super combo. You need at least 4. You're going to want 4 in every deck. This card's crucial. Auto. When you combo with this card, if your leader card is a yellow Namekian, which ours is, and your life's at 5 or less, you're going to draw 1 card, and this card's going to get plus 10,000 combo power for the duration of the turn. So let's go ahead and add in our 4 super combos. Make sure we've got 4 here. Yep, there's our deck. It's building up. We're already at 31 cards. So we're doing pretty good just by scrolling through the yellows, checking out the decks, checking out what kind of choices we could have that's going to go ahead and help run the deck. Let's see this. This is an example. Maybe this card fits, maybe it doesn't. Let's check it out. Activate main once per turn. Choose 2 cards from your life, add them to your hand. Choose all of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode of 15,000 power or less and KO them. Alright, that seems like a good card. We might be able to use that, but let's go ahead and keep scrolling through and see if there's any other options, because now, with us being at 31 cards, we're getting down to only 19 cards left if we're building a 50 card deck. Let's check out Twin Revival. Permanent. This card gains desire in all areas. If you remember your leader's effect, you can play a yellow desire card for free depending on your amount of energy. So if you have 3 energy, you'd be able to activate your leader's effect and play this card, Twin Revival, for free. And then you can make another play by tapping your energy. Activate main. If your leader card is a yellow Shenron card, you'll choose up to 2 yellow Namekian cards with energy costs of 2 or less in your drop area, and you'll get to play them. So this is going to give us some recursion. You could get back anything that's 2 or less. We saw the Wishmaker Dendes, we saw some Piccolos, we saw some Nails. This is a good card to go ahead and include in the deck because it's going to be able to give us some synergy with other cards that have already been used and put into the drop. Being able to bring back cards from the drop and use them multiple times, that's definitely a strategy that can really be taken advantage of in Dragon Ball Super card game. Let's check out this card, Life or Death Nail. So you're going to evolve him for 2 energy onto a nail. Okay, that's pretty good. For if you have a nail card on the field, he can evolve onto it. So you're playing this 4 cost Life or Death Nail for only 2 energy. Permanent. If there are 2 or more Namekian cards under this card's going to gain Barrier and Double Strike. Okay, that's pretty good. He's got an auto of Sparking 5. When you play this card, you may choose one card from your life and add it to your hand. If you do, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and switch it to rest mode. So if they have, maybe they have a blocker out there that has barrier, you're able to get around that. He's going to have double strike if there's 2 or more Namekian cards underneath him. And we've already seen that there's a bunch of cards that are going to be placing themselves underneath cards. So you'll be able to evolve this card, relatively easily with only those 2 energy. Piccolo fused with Nail. As you can see, there's kind of a theme here. We've got some Nail cards, we've got some Piccolo cards. This card has double strike and an activate main of once per turn. You can choose one. This card will get plus 3,000 power for the duration of the turn for each Namekian card that's underneath it. Okay. If there are 3 or more Namekian cards under this card gains barrier until the end of your opponent's next turn. Then you'll choose up to one of your opponent's energy and you're going to switch it to rest mode. That card can't be switched to active mode until the end of your opponent's next turn. So that's pretty good. If he's got 3 cards underneath him, which we've seen with some of our previous choices, like that Namekian Solidarity Piccolo, it might be easy to get 3 cards underneath this Piccolo fused with Nail. So let's go ahead and we'll splash in 4 copies of this. We're up to 43 cards. We only need about 7 more cards. And let's go ahead and see what else we can do. Now, one of the things that I mentioned in a previous video is making sure that you have, and we've made it all, before I continue that thought, we've made it all the way down to the bottom of the yellows, but that's okay. We can go back because we saw some other cards that seemed like they would have some good synergy with this deck. Now, what I was saying before I stopped that thought was that you want to have your 4 super combos, and then you want to have maybe 4 to 8 counters to go ahead and counter some plays. Let's go ahead and add in this counter, Flying Nimbus. What you're going to do with this card is you'll counter attack, so when they swing at you, you can negate the attack. Then you may place 1 yellow card in your hand into the drop area. If you do so, your opponents can only attack 1 more time with battle cards for the duration of the turn. So let's think about that. If you negate the attack and you drop off a yellow card, then you can activate that Twin Revival, which is the Desire card, to bring back 2 yellow cards. This has some good synergy. They work pretty well together. So let's go ahead. We'll splash in 4 of these Flying Nimbus. That seems like it's going to be a good card to go ahead and splash into the deck. And then we can scroll through here and see if there's any other counters. We saw that Piccolo. Card that we could use. Let's see, what's this? All right, we've got a card here, Personal Ambition. This card gains Desire in all areas. We're at about, let's see how many cards we have. We have 47 cards in the deck. That means we have 3 more spots. Personal Ambition. This card gains Desire in all areas. Okay, so we know we can play Desire cards based off of our leader. Activate Main. If your leader card is a Shenron card, you'll be able to draw 1 card, then choose up to 1 of your energy and switch it to active mode. Okay, so this card's kind of working as a pseudo Dragon Ball. We can go ahead, we'll be able to play it essentially for free. We'll be able to restand our energy, drawing a card. Let's go ahead and add in 3 of these, and we can finish off our deck there. So now we've got a main deck of 50 cards. We went ahead and we built the deck. So we've gone ahead and we've submitted our deck. We can see the entire main deck here that we went ahead and put together. The most expensive card in the deck is Flying Nimbus. Those are $3.56 a piece, or totaling out at $3.56. I'm sorry. The total deck price for this is $7.62. So you can see, putting a deck together in Dragon Ball Super card game, it's not that expensive. We're able to put something together that we'll probably be able to go out and have some fun with. We'll be able to play with our friends pretty well. I hope you can see how we went ahead. We just kept it very simple. We went right through. We saw our leader and what he does on both the Awakened and the Unawakened side, and we put cards in to meet that need. We've got our Dragon Balls here. We've got a little more draw power with the Personal Ambitions. The full deck is yellow, so everything synergizes well. You don't have to worry about not having the correct energy to tap. We've got some plays that are going to help us, some cards that are going to help us search through the deck with the Assimilates. We've got the Nail Dynamics and the Wishmaker Dendes, which can put themselves underneath cards. We saw the Namekian Solidarity Piccolo and the Piccolo Potential Unleashed. They get stronger when you're adding cards underneath them. We've got the Twin Revival, which is a Desire card, which we saw that our leader can play Desire cards for free. And then we've got our 2 bosses that don't cost very much to come out and play, coming out with Double Strike to try and steal some games. And we've got our super combo here, the Ancient Wisdom Guru. So like, we are meeting those requirements of having our super combos, having some counters. And there you have it. You have a deck that you're able to put together. Not too much time. It's actually pretty simple. With this little Dende Piccolo Brimming with Confidence deck potentially could bring you hours of fun. So I want to thank you guys for tuning into this video. I hope you enjoyed it. This is Deck Building 101 with Big Bro. We've had some cards pop up during the course of this video. Go back, click on those cards. It'll give you more information, give you more knowledge. Or check out our World Martial Arts Tournament where we've been having non-stop battles and just having a great time playing Dragon Ball Super card game. All right, well, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time.